Today, good news, Ubisoft games still aren't political. This is CheckPoint. Welcome to CheckPoint, where it's our pleasure to turn the drippings of the video game industry into delicious sauce.
Our gravy is carefully refined over several hours in the riding tank at a low simmer to bring out all of the natural flavor.
You can ladle it on pork, serve it with fowl, or drizzle it over your favorite beef.
The kind of beef our stories are chock full of.
For years, Ubisoft has opened its games with the statement that they are developed by a multicultural team, but it's tough to know how many of those multicultural members get final say on design decisions. Last week, Ubisoft unveiled the opening cinematic of their new mobile game, Tom Clancy's Elite Squad, and wow, is it ever tone-deaf. The narrative essentially frames ongoing civil unrest in the US, in particular the Black Lives Matter movement, as an interconnected worldwide terror organization that it's your job to stop. The video lays out, in as many words, that all protesters are violent and they're all terrorists working for a shadowy cabal. So, literally, anti-BLM conspiracy rhetoric as game narrative, made particularly clear by the video's use of the Black Power fist, which is seeing a surge of use again in the BLM movement. And even before its use in BLM and Black Power protests, the raised fist has always been a symbol of revolutionary resistance, not international terror cabal. Some amount of online reaction to this consisted of dunking on Ubisoft for their past claims of not making political games, which we have also done. But it's actually much sillier because, sick of those dunks themselves, Ubisoft VP Tommy Francois posted a Q&A on their own website in June 2019 that clarified their stance poorly. Francois explained, quote, "If my game was set during the Vietnam conflict, for example, we would want the Viet Minh, the Viet Cong, basically everyone's point of view, and that relates back to people making up their own opinions and our ability to create more mature games that are nuanced versus being black or white." As opposed to Tom Clancy's Elite Squad, where protesters are the enemy and you're an extra governmental team of super soldiers assembled to stomp them out in a shitty real-time strategy game. Francois continued, saying that censorship of political nuance never came from above, claiming that Ubisoft COO Serge Hascoët told Francois' team, quote, "I have never had to censor you guys. You censor yourselves. Please push me and make us consider whether we should censor you, because it would be proof you're saying things." As you may be aware, Serge Hascoët is no longer Ubisoft COO, having resigned in the wake of numerous allegations of abuse and protecting other abusers. Until another COO is named, the role will be handled by CEO Yves Guillemot, who is maybe not the right guy to oversee these things, considering he assigned his son Charlie Guillemot as the studio manager of Ubisoft's development house Alliant the same year Charlie finished his university degree. Alliant are, of course, the developers of Tom Clancy's Elite Squad, who have apologized profusely for including the Black Power fists and promised to remove them, and then further said they'll remove the entire opening cinematic. But at no point have they addressed why they decided to present the nuanced, not black and white, all viewpoints narrative that protesters are the bad guys, actually.
Crusader Kings 3 just came out, and while I'm sure I won't be playing it, I'm certain this isn't the last I'm going to hear about it. Much like EVE Online, the joy of playing the Crusader Kings series stems from the sheer madness of stories that fall out of the gameplay. For example, have you heard of the spy master who was so good at her job that she asked her king if she could test her new method of assassination on herself? Or the king who received a letter of courtship from a neighboring royal asking him to leave his barren wife to be with her instead? The seductress in question? The king's own daughter. And in fact, you could turn her down by saying, "Aren't you my daughter?" So it's not like the game is not keeping track of your bloodline. The Crusader Kings series generates tales with ridiculousness akin to Dwarf Fortress, the underground tantrum spiral simulator par excellence. And judging from recent reviews for CK3, Paradox has baked some new options into this messy cake. In CK3, you can now toggle all sorts of starting traits in your game, including gender equality and diversity, the presence of homosexuality, bisexuality, and asexuality, and whether same-sex relations are accepted by religions and faiths. You can even distribute religions randomly throughout the world, leading to all sorts of alternate universe playthroughs of medieval times. Paradox was looking to break as many defaults normally baked into games of this type, and by doing so, it looks like they've created a story machine that, if nothing else, is going to lead to a ton of shareable, memeable content, which is entirely my brand.
We finally know all the details of the microtransactions in the upcoming Marvel's Avengers MMO-style Destiny-alike video game, and Jesus hell, I literally do not have time to go over everything in excruciating detail. Crystal Dynamics has a whole blog post for that. But the TLDR is the game retails for full price, $80 Canadian or 535 Swedish krona, and then has all the usual free-to-play microtransactions in it. There is a soft currency, earnable through what sounds like a massive amount of in-game grind, or a hard currency, available in $5, $20, $50, or $100 bundles. The prices seem to shake out to between $10 to $15 for a character skin. There is also a battle pass, which you can unlock the premium version of for $10, and there's one of those for each character, for those who want to do nothing except play Square Enix's Marvel's The Avengers. Thankfully, if you don't want to spend the money, but also don't want other kids to make fun of you for being a default, Verizon, Virgin, and Intel have custom skins that are exactly what you need if you want Thor to look fuck ugly and dress like an ad.
Well, Fall Guys fans, it seems like you won't be getting a butthole t-shirt costume after all. Fall Guys developer Mediatonic has held an impromptu online charity auction via their Twitter account, offering a custom Fall Guys skin to the highest bidder. And while washlet maker Tushy had dominated the bidding with $420,069.69, they were eventually outbid by a coalition consisting of G2 Esports, AIM Lab, YouTuber Jimmy Mr. Beast Donaldson, and former Mixer streamer Tyler Ninja Blevins. Their combined bid? $1 million. For this! Well, actually, that's a prototype, and I'm not sure what butt-themed metaphor the blue polyps are supposed to represent, but it does prove one thing. Money can't buy good taste.
This morning, Nintendo broadcast a special Direct centered on the 35th anniversary of the original Super Mario Bros., and I hope you like FOMO. There's Super Mario 35, a battle royale game in the style of Tetris 99, where you play Super Mario Bros. Against 34 opponents, and a given player's success sends enemies and challenges to the other players, which sounds neat if there weren't 35 years of gamers who have made it their goal to get very good at Super Mario Bros. Also, you can only play it until March 2021, when we are obliged to stop celebrating this anniversary. Similarly, a newly announced Super Mario 3D All-Stars, combining ports of Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy, will be available on September 18th, until March 2021. Even the digital version, which is still $60, after which it goes back into the Disney Vault, presumably so they can sell them individually later. The rest of the Direct was announcements of other remixes of or fully recycled existing Mario games and various shots of licensed merchandise. Oh, except for a new AR Mario Kart that looks like a total blast for anyone who doesn't have pets or thick carpet. Anyway, if you're worried that you'll run out of ways to celebrate Mario next March, worry not. That's when the Mario-themed furniture is coming to Animal Crossing, and by then, it'll feel like another 35 years. After the break, we'll be looking at quick and easy dinner recipes you can make between bouts of Fall Guys.
Just spread some cold butter on the heel of a loaf of bread, then nuke it for 20 seconds.
Oh god, need to go shopping again, huh?
Yeah, the larder's looking a little bare.
You have a larder? Where the hell do you live? Dickensian London? Victorian London? Edwardian London?
Those are all the same place.
No, wait, shut up, I'm enjoying this. Praetorian London? Discordian London? Non-Euclidean Nodolodinol?
I think I take that for seasonal allergies. Coming up, Pokemon Master Sex is trending on Twitter, and what do you mean that's not how it's pronounced?
We finally know all the details of the microtransactions in the upcoming Marvel's Avengers MMO styled. What is this not working now?
Oh no.
Now the prompter no worky. I need words to see with my eyes.
Brand.
We
Fuck. I'll stop.